Okay, so I'm running a bit late to hear Ron's net, which runs every day from 10 a.m. to anything up to about 11:30 a.m. on 7100. Certainly a good net for anybody if you're either new or old to radio. It doesn't really matter. He puts on a great show for everybody, and a lot of people. I was just talking to Ron this morning. I think he had 46 yesterday, so yeah, not bad. Anyway, this is a Kenwood TS2000, probably one of the more popular radios for the fact that it did so many bands, and this here is just a display of what they can do, and quite something. And there is an addition to this. You can do a 1.2 gig module for them as well. It's not a plug-in module like the 910s, so there is a bit of technical experience required if you want to fit a 1.2. So anybody under the impression that you're just going to fit it and plug it in and plug and play, no, a bit more to it. Actually, a good old mate of mine, Bob VK7RX, he's probably the expert on 2000s. He's fitted so many 1.2 modules and fixed so many, like the early models. When I say the early models, there's everyone always talks about the serial numbers and the filter issues and etc. And I think Bob would be the expert on those. I've never had a TS2000 that. I've certainly had some that are beyond me, but I've never had one that's beyond him. Says a lot, actually. Anyway, so as you can see, look, loads of bands. I'm just on a HF antenna at the moment. I don't think there's much happening on 40 meters at the moment. I'm just going to have a quick look here. And, oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Beautiful receivers, these things. I think we're just talking. Now, I'm running through a horizontal dipole, rotatable dipole over here, and antenna 1, yeah, that's right. Let's have a look. VK3 Charlie Mike. VK3 Charlie Mike, go ahead. G'day. I'm just doing a little video on a TS2000, and you're the lucky person. I shall check on the next day. I think you're about 5 and 7. I'm just located up in Tangambalanga, northeast Victoria. As VK3 Charlie Mike, name is Brenton. Go ahead. Good to make your acquaintance, Brenton. The name is just is Malcolm, MALCOM. Thank you for the 557. You're coming through 559. Yourself? No, and that's no preamp. Actually, just give me another over. I'll just be interested to see what happens on preamp. Hang on. It's beautiful weather here. A little bit of sun taking through the cloud, a little bit of breeze, probably low 20, so perfect weather for being out portable and playing radio. 5 and 9, plus just a little bit on with preamp as well. So, and the good thing is I got to test the preamp too. So, that's fantastic. Well, look, you've got a bit happening there, so hopefully you get a few more calls. Thanks very much for this quick test on the 2000. Great old radios, they really are. And I thought I'd just sort of do a little bit of video for our YouTube channel, so you're the star of the show. Well, apart from me raving on for too long, generally on these videos. 73s to you. Thanks very much for the contact. Much appreciated. 73s. Wow. And that is just off a horizontal dipole, rotatable. One of the English ones. I'm trying to think of what the name of that is now. Invo antennas. I think it might have been Invo antennas. Never know how to pronounce it. Is it Inov antenna? Anyway, innovation antennas, I think is what they're trying to get at. And I'm not. I haven't tried to rotate it around. I've just wherever it is, it is. Actually, I think I've got it pointing to get my best signal strength to Ron, which, believe it or not, on 7100 sometimes can be interesting with the amount of dirt in between us. Sometimes I've got to rotate to get him out of the noise on a bad day. Today he was about 20 over 9. Beautiful receiver on this thing. I wish I could go through and show you all the other bands, but I haven't got my VHF UHF antennas up yet. I've got a stack of new stuff from Germany to go up, but it helps if you put them on the actual towers. So, but what we could do, might be curious, is we could go up to 28490, which it just happens to be on, which is good. And I think, oh boy, now I've not been in my own Radio Shack for a while, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to about 485 here. And just checking the frequency's clear, VK3 Charlie Mike. And there goes my tuner there, auto tuner into place. Not the best way to do it. 1, 2, 3, well, it did get it, so that's me just transmitting on sideband. Normally I'd drop a carrier there. We got lucky then. Sometimes that's not always going to be your best way. VK3 Charlie Mike, just testing 28485. Yeah, so much more is anyone using the frequency than doing a 30-second over. Too bad if they were. So yeah, that's probably a good example of how not to do it. The better way would be, is anybody using the frequency? Silence, wait, listen, then do the test. Anyway, luckily we didn't do anything wrong here. So let's have a look up on 490. These things have a really, really hot HF receiver, and that's the thing I like about the 2000s. VK3 Charlie Mike, beaming, no idea. No, I think I'm beaming north at the moment. Let's change that. Sorry, VK3 Charlie Mike, give me a second. Now, I've got a little error range thing here at the moment, which don't worry about that too much. I will sort that out. Oh no, I might have to sort it out before I actually... Yeah, it's going to be a pain. All right, sorry. Look, for you people that have used Ultra Beam and these Green Heron units before, this is probably a reasonable thing just to quickly have a look at. So we go into setup, but it's not allowing me. Let's just come back in and reset that. Now, from memory, now keep in mind, yep, all right. From memory, setup, calibrate. Okay, so we want the new value. I know this antenna is sitting at 60 degrees at the moment, so we want to set that to 60 degrees. Don't ask why it's sitting at 275. You know, I've got to be honest, that is definitely my fault, but I won't go into it right now. It'll just make me look really stupid. So we hit change, 60 degrees, and we hit hold that, save, 60 degrees. So my antenna has now is now sitting at 60 degrees. I'm thinking, hang on, just give me a sec. I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to have a physical look at it. All right, I'm out on the balcony here, and it's a mess at the moment. Please forgive that. We're undergoing a million renovations because Brenton hasn't been doing much lately. And no, that is, I'm afraid to say, that is actually sitting at, I'm just thinking north there. No, that's closer. I must have been talking to Europe or something, but that is closer to 275. I actually, and what I've thought was that we'd left it sitting at 60 degrees. So now we're going to go back and actually save that box at roughly 275. We're going to bring it around. So hang on 2 ticks. Now my neighbour's location is due north, so that sort of tends to be a really good way of sort of knowing. So there's my neighbour there if I was pointing now, and the reason I know that 275 is reasonably accurate is because it's just off my neighbour. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's quite, the more I'm thinking about it, it's not quite 275. I think it's more about 310, something like that. And what I'll do, I'll get out there with a compass and get this correct a little bit later on. So as you can see with the Green Heron slash Ultra Beam, bingo, close enough for now. So when I now someone on 10 meters there, we're going to bring the beam around to them. Just make sure that's going to work properly. Yes, it is. You'll see the noise pick up if Victor Kilo 3 Charlie Mike. And then, see how it got noisier? Then it quietened up.
Great stuff, sir. Great stuff. Well, all the best for the DX and the new year. 73 is from Gisborne. Echo 2, Whiskey, Radio Tango Charlie. Zeta Lima 2, Alpha Bravo Kilo, 73.
Oh, okay, so here's a ZL. Now, I need to come up a bit for him, I think. I actually think we have got a heading still out a little bit. I'll just wait for him to finish with the other chap. I don't want to interrupt. But I've got a feeling, have a look at this, is that as we go back to about, here, you watch this noise come up. Sometimes following the noise follows the way the band's sort of where it's tending to go. Strange philosophy of mine. No, it hasn't really, has it? Let's see what the ZL comes back at when he comes in. See where we're at. Certainly, we were definitely pointed the opposite direction to the ZL because he was barely readable. Then we brought him up to, you know, S5, S7, I think it was. But we're not on him just yet. Now, either someone's having a very long over or they did clear. VK3 Charlie Mike just calling CQZL. And you don't know sometimes, 10 metres, the band can just drop on you. Yeah, no, I reckon I've got to come down about 90 degrees. And let's, that should just click in like so. Absolutely. Oh yeah, definitely. Now, because we've got 8 elements on 10 metres, when I'm off someone, trust me, it's you're attenuating them. Someone's in there in the background. Can't quite pick up where. VK3 Charlie Mike listening 28490. I think we're beaming sort of over towards ZL. I do say think. Just seems way too quiet. And I think I've got my beam headings out a little bit. Just seems like I've quietened off way too much there. Come back to the old 60 degrees, see what we've got there. Could just be with 10 as well, that, trust me, 10 metres, it can just suddenly just bite you in the bum and say, nah. Calling CQ, VK3 Charlie Mike, calling CQ on 28490, Victor Kilo 3, Charlie Mike, calling CQ on 28490 and listening. Yeah, one of those days on 10. Signals pop up, signals go. I was hoping that we might have got that ZL then, but I reckon he actually finished and then dropped out on us. I'm just having a little look here.
Should be Quintin. I've just finished working at Thailand station actually. Also at WTC station, probably about, I think it's about 25, 30 km.
So as you can see, 10 metres, not great S ratings at the moment.
Whiskey Radio Tango Charlie, Zulu Lima 2, Alpha Bravo Kilo.
And Victor Kilo 3, Charlie Mike.
Yeah, okay, no problems, mate.
Now I might be able to get a better idea here. 2 New Zealanders.
Yeah, mate, OptiBeam back this way. Quad beam, OptiBeam.
Look at this.
I'm not too hot on that.
As we come towards him.
I've only put it up a couple of months ago.
As we come towards him. Yeah.
Active on
Just dropped off a bit there.
15 and 10.
Hang
there,
on.
and
I reckon come back a bit.
running just under a kilowatt at the moment, mainly for that Thailand station. With ZL6, Whiskey Radio Tango Charlie, ZL2, Alpha Bravo Kilo.
Now these guys are running a kilowatt, I'm running 100 watts, so now let's see.
On this band I've got 4 active, on 20 I have 3 active, same deal on 15, and on 40 I've only got the 2 active, just a reflector and a driven element there.
Victor Kilo 3. We'll bring the preamp in.
I'll keep going, you're my long, and a few others out there behind you, so I'll keep the train rolling. Yeah, great stuff, mate. It is a VK3 station there. All the best, mate, and we'll catch up soon. ZL6, Whiskey Radio Tango Charlie, Zulu Lima 2, Alpha Bravo Kilo. 7-3, my friend. Roger, mate, 7-3, thanks. VK, out there, VK, go ahead.
Yeah, Victor Kilo 3, Charlie Mike, and g'day to the OptiBeam user. We're using a 8-element OptiBeam up about 70 feet at the moment. Yes, just the ZL station. Sorry, I just need the call sign again. My apologies, I didn't write it down. Just running 100 watts through an 8-element OptiBeam. Go ahead.
CQ,
No, this is going to be the problem. The other ZL with the OptiBeam, do you want to go down to 470? See if he's still there. Well,
yeah, okay,
I don't think he's hearing us at the moment. And this 100 watt thing, we're getting jumped on a bit with people with power, which is fair enough. VK3 Charlie Mike listening 28470. I wonder if the ZL station with the OptiBeam is still about. VK3 Charlie Mike 28470. No, too long. I think he'd gone, but you're getting the idea. And unfortunately, when I'm running the other bits over here with amps and bits in the 7850, we're much better set up for 10 meters. I do think that beam heading is still out actually. Just still not confident that we've got that right. I'll need to actually go out there with my compass and just... Normally my neighbour's place is close enough, but I might have eyed that up a bit wrong, being on the wrong angle for it. But you're seeing the TS2000. It's a novel radio. Let's put it back on 490 where it was sitting. Novel radio, great piece of kit for what they are. And this, I've actually owned this quite a long time. It's just one that we're clearing out due to the clear out. But yes, and I know, look, there is one chap that's a little interested, but everybody's chasing the infamous $800 one at the moment. I understand that. I'm not sure what the story is with that one. I've had many questions about it. I honestly don't know. I don't know the customer. I don't know the radio. And as I said to someone the other day, that doesn't make it bad or good. It just means I don't know. So this one's just going to come with Kenwood mic. It's pretty clean, actually. Power cord, etc., etc. But yeah, it's good just to bring it up and sort of show it on air and, you know, see what's sitting around. Believe it or not, I'm a bit of a... Oh, hang on. I'm a bit of a 10 metre FM fanatic, believe it or not. I tend to do a lot there. Yeah, it's really hard to know. I would have thought, depending on if he's North or South Island. See how we'll just watch his signal as we're changing. No, see, he's definitely dropping off there. And ZL2SP, I know who that is. Yeah, I reckon for ZL2SP, we should be... Sorry, I haven't actually... Yeah, I made a mistake then too. Let me just cancel that movement. Just not confuse it too much.
That's right, Dave, we've spoken before. I think we've spoken today even.
ZL2SP, generally, I know what he's running, and I can generally... I want to just stop that, and I think I have got my headings out a bit. He should be about 90 degrees, but if he picks up now, as we're going sort of down to 60 degrees, you watch this, we're about 30 degrees out, I'd say. Does his signal come up? Yeah, I need to check that with the compass for sure, because now I'm really convinced we're not too far off. Because he didn't really, if anything, he went down a little bit. See, there he is picking up as we're coming around. I'm going to take it right down to 120 degrees, just in case. I think we're going too far then. It's good to see 10 metres alive, it really is. Nah, I reckon 90 degrees. ZL2 Sugar Papa, VK3 Charlie Mike. Don't know if you hear me, just on 100 watts. Whoops. Victor Kilo 3 Charlie Mike. Victor Kilo 3 Charlie Mike.
Oh, g'day, Brita. Victor Kilo 3 Charlie Mike, ZL2 Short Path, over.
G'day, mate. I reckon I've got my beam heading right now. Actually, you might have just proven it. You're normally about 90 degrees or so. G'day, mate. Happy New Year. Just running 100 watts off a TS2000. Hope you don't mind. I'm just recording you on one of my silly videos. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to bring the aerial down. I'm facing towards sort of facing towards JA. Just you've gone a little bit light on me. I'm just my aerial stuck too. So it's battling to get down there. We're coming down a bit over.
Yeah, no, you're good, you're good. It'll be me that's the problem, just on 100 watts. But look, I won't hold it with you. I'll get this video finished up, but a little bit longer than I intended on this one. Typical me rambling on, mate. ZL2 Sugar Papa, Happy New Year, mate. I'll come back on the other radio after with the amplifier and you'll hear me a lot better. 73s, buddy.
5 and 4, 54, 54. What is my report for the log, over?
57, mate, 57.
Thank you for the 5 and 7. You're 5 and 4, Brenton. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for the shout. I'm on about a kilowatt in the 2-element Momo beam. 73 Kilo from Zulu Lima to Sugar Peter.
Rub it in with the kilowatt. We'll get it one day. 73s, mate. Okay. All right. So that's a good example of actually, having a look at beam headings and trying to work out whether 10 meters is not a good band to work out beam headings, because the band up and down like a yo-yo, as you can see. But
Whiskey Radio Tango Charlie CQDX.
the initial reason of doing this is really just show you the TS2000. I know I've gone a little bit astray on that, but guys, being that we've hit 20 minutes on a video that was supposed to be 5, thanks very much for having a look at this. They're great radios. Look, some people knock the TS2000s. I love them. I think they're a great radio, and it's not because I'm selling it. It's because I've got 1,600 radios left to sell yet, so, you know, very hard to have a favourite. Oh, no, I do. I'm a 7850. Look, that is my favourite. Covered in dust, right? Oh, that's embarrassing. Anyway, 73s, guys, thanks very much for having a look at this TS2000 video. This thing works like an absolute charm. Whoever gets it, I'm sure you'll have many years of contacts out of it. All the best, guys. Cheers.